We're focusing on your fairway woods, and your answers tell us you have what we would call a pull, so a shot that starts left of target and then flies reasonably straight. You've also told us that your preference would be to keep the straight ball flight, but learn how to start it more on target. So your pull is caused by an out to in swing path, which is where the club head is travelling to the left of target through impact. You have a square club face, so when the face is pointing in the same direction as the club head is travelling, you have a straight ball flight. So to change the pull to a straight shot that travels towards the target, we'd like to keep the face square to the path, but change the swing path. So we've got to get this club from travelling to the left of target through impact and bring it around so that it travels more straight down the target line as it hits the ball. To do this, we've got a couple of sticks on the ground that we're going to use as reference lines. So when I take my setup, you'll see that the sticks are starting around the toes of my right foot and they're angled outwards in a V shape. If they're standard length alignment sticks, the distance between the ends of the sticks should pretty much match the length of the club that you're using. So firstly, if we take the club up to the top of the swing, and I was to ask you to put your club shaft on top of the orange stick, you'd move the club out so that at this point what you'll see is the club head is on the outside of the target line, and from here it's going to travel to the left through impact, and there's your out to in swing, which is causing the pull. On the other hand, if we got you to swing to the top and asked you to put the club on this white stick, which is much more behind you, the angle of the shaft is pointing more to the right, and from here it's much easier to swing the club from in to out, which might give you a push. So obviously for a neutral ball flight, the preference would be to have our delivery position here, which is when the club is at about hip height on its way down towards the ball, to be more neutral. So somewhere between the two sticks. So take the club to the top, bring it down and pause, and check, making sure that it's somewhere between the two sticks. And see what this feels like. Now once we've got this move, the next one is crucial, and it's how we release the club towards impact. An out to in swing has the club head approaching, obviously from the outside of the target line. An in to out swing has the club head approaching from the inside of the target line. But a neutral swing also has the club approaching from the inside of the target line. It's just that with a neutral swing, the club head is approaching on an arc that brings it around to straight. So we still want this club to approach impact from inside the target line, but the arc of the swing moves it around to straight and then back off the target line to the inside after it's hit the ball. So, again from setup, swing to the top, bring it down and pause at our delivery position and make sure that's looking reasonably neutral. From here, feel what it's like to get the club head to approach impact from slightly inside the target line, pausing just before the club reaches the ball. These are our two main feelings. So to the top, down to neutral, and out towards the ball. Now what you may feel is that the follow-through changes. When you have an out to in swing path, the club head would be travelling more to the inside and it may feel quite flat or behind you. Compared to when you swing from the inside, you may feel that the follow-through feels steeper or up high. Now this is fine, it's just how the club is leaving impact. Our interest to begin with is how it approaches impact. So again, if we can get the feelings with a pause, 1 to here, 2 to impact, we like to add a little bit of flow to it. So make sure there's enough room between you and the ball to have a practice swing. First, go to the top and keep the first pause. But then from here, you're going to release the club out towards impact, but don't stop it. Finish the swing. So we have pause, reasonably neutral, swing out. Again, pause, check it's neutral, swing out. And if those are comfortable and they seem to be doing what they should, remove this pause and let's have the swing flow from beginning to end. Doesn't have to be 100% speed, but we'd like a little bit of flow to it. So from beginning to end without stopping, down and out. So that would be down and out. And if you can feel like this is reasonably comfortable and you feel that the club is doing what it should, hit a ball and the ball will tell you if you've done it correctly or not. So assuming the face is still reasonably square, if you exaggerate this move and swing too far into out, you'd have a push. If you don't do it enough, you revert back to the old swing, you'll be back to a pull. And of course, if you do get it right, you're going to be hitting the ball reasonably straight. So, just a little rehearsal before I hit the shot. Down to neutral, out to impact, and then we'll give it a go.